Om Yogis, welcome to today's practice where we will be working with surrender. Surrender, particularly looking at the shoulders, the arms and the wrists that all relate to the heart meridians. So through this yin practice we'll just explore surrender. So let's start seated. Just surrendering to the breath. And just allow yourself to be open to receive. As we begin listening to a chant. He Prabhu Ananda Data Yana Hamako Dijiye Sigra Sadhu Gano Mugu Dora Hamase Kijiye Lijiye Hamako Saranamem Ham Sadachari Banaye Brahmachari Dhamaraksaka Viravrata Dare Bane He Prabhu Ananda Data Yana Hamako Dijiye Prema Se Hamaguru Jonamake Nicha He Seva Karaye Sacha Bole Junta Tayaga Mela Paza Mem Kare He Prabhu Ananda Data Yana Hamako Dijiye Ninda Kisi Ke Hama Kisi Se Bula Karabina Kare Divya Jivana Ho Hamara Tera Yasagaya Kare He Prabhu Ananda Data Yana Hamako Dijiye. Beautiful. Let's meet in child's pose. So we're working with the energy of surrender, and surrender is being able to drop deeply into the heart and be receptive to what is in there. So in child's pose, let's just surrender to the shape and receive yourself here exactly as you are today. So there's no judgments, no preferences, just you welcoming yourself in. And you can stay here, you can stay in child's pose, or you can pick up your hips. Bring your hips just over your knees and start to drop your chest. I'm so sorry, I should have said this before, but your child's pose today, if we can have the feet together and the knees wide from here on in. It doesn't matter if you did a regular one to begin, that's fine. But we've got the feet together, we've got the knees wide. We're either in child's pose or we're in a pose that is heading towards frog pose. This is sometimes called tadpole, a little bit of a tadpole pose here. And in tadpole we've got the hips over the knees and we're dropping the chest through as best we can. And in this shape, we're dropping a little bit deeper into the heart. We don't want to force anything, we want to allow ourselves to be sort of gently teased into the shape. And we also want to find the right shape to welcome in the body today. So if child's pose is a better shape for you, you stay there. Beautiful. Now you can stay here in tadpole. You can shift back to child's pose, or you can come onto your elbows, so it's like you're in a sphinx pose with your arms, and begin to separate your feet so you roll onto the inner ankles. And your feet are flexed to protect your knees. If you've got any issues with your knees, avoid this pose completely. But we're bringing our legs into a full frog shape. So it's like these 90-degree angles at the hips to the knees and the knees to the ankles and the ankles to the feet. You can see how this feels. If you need to come out and do a tadpole or a child's pose, that's fine. If you're okay there, you can maybe prop the pose underneath your body with a bolster ideally, or blocks and blankets. For the very flexible, you can come down to the mat. For the very flexible, it's not me. Not in this pose anyway. But it's really important, lovelies, that if your knees complain, you come out. It's also really important that we find the right shape for the body. And this shape should be something that gives us enough sensation to work with without any experience of pain. Beautiful. Let's inhale here. And as you exhale, just lift yourself back up, gently heel toe your feet in, and escape the pose, whatever pose you are in. It's time to escape now by just resting onto the belly. And just be still. then in your own time, we're going to push back to all fours, keeping your hips roughly over your knees, walking your hands forward and gently dropping your chest towards the mat for Anahatasana, which means melting heart pose. And surrender is about being able to drop deeply into the heart of your situation or into the heart of the matter and be receptive to what is actually there. So in this pose, lovelies, if you feel any tingling in your hands, please adjust your arm position or come out entirely. Child's pose is a nice alternative to this, or if you've had enough of child's pose, you can kneel upright onto a block if you like, just sitting onto a block, or kneel and sit onto your heels and press your hands into the floor, into blocks beside you to elevate the heart, or just imagine that you're doing that. If you're in Anahatasana or melting heart, and it helps to just extend one arm at a time and rest your forehead on the other arm, you can feel welcome to do this. We're looking for a shape that allows you to soften, that allows you to melt your heart like butter on a hot crumpet. So adjust as necessary. I'll just go through those adjustments one more time. Child's pose is an alternative. Kneeling, or just sitting cross-legged and pressing your hands into the floor, into blocks to elevate your heart, is an alternative. Or if you're in Anahatasana and it's a little bit hard going, make a pillow with one of your hands and stretch the other arm out, so you're just doing one side at a time. And you can alternate between each side as feels right for your body today. Surrender is being able to drop deeply into the heart of a situation and be receptive to it as it is. Okay, from wherever you are now, lovelies, just slowly bring yourself out of that in your own time. And we're going to come forward into Sphinx pose next. In Sphinx pose, We're gently pushing the tailbone down towards the floor, lifting the lower belly just above the pubic bone. Legs are nice and active, toes are spread and nice and active. Shoulders are relaxed as possible. Neck, head and jaw relaxed. Surrender is being able to drop deeply into the heart and be receptive to your own divinity. Divinity is a belonging to God. And we all have our own ideas and feelings about what God is and what is God-like. For me, there is peace in there. There is serenity in there. There is an openness and an expansion in there. I can ask the question, can I drop into my heart and belong to the peace that I feel in there? Or can I drop into my heart and just belong to it? Can I just belong to my heart? Can I receive directly from it? Rather than receiving from the chaos of the external world, can I just belong to this moment, to the breath, to my own heart, to what is good, or what is God-like? Lovely, so let's inhale here. Exhale, just come down, lie flat for a moment. And we're going to turn the head to the left and gently draw your left knee up beside you. And be still. Lovely. Now in your own time, come back to Sphinx pose. And see if you can receive yourself here. Be open to receive yourself as you are in this moment. Becoming receptive to what is divine. See if you can enjoy or even just accept the sensations in the body and meet yourself there, unite with the sensations inside your body. See if you can welcome them in. I ask myself the question, as I welcome everything into me without the rejection of any part of me, is this a reflection of what it is to be divine? Beautiful, and you can stay in Sphinx if this is what your body needs today, if this is the shape that welcomes your body in. Or if you want a little more, you can push up to seal pose. Gently does it. Keep the tailbone anchored, keep the legs switched on, keep the lower belly moving gently upwards towards the spine. And breathe. Running your breath through your body, maybe feeling it opening as you inhale, and relaxing and releasing as you exhale. So feeling yourself expanding and softening as the pose welcomes you in, or as you receive the pose. Let's inhale here as you exhale, gently come to lie flat on your belly. And this time we're going to turn the head to the right and draw the right knee up. Let yourself become very still here, surrendering completely. Be still. Okay, lovelies. Now when you're ready, let's come back to a seated position, nice and slowly. And we're going to bring our legs into a half Gomukhasana shape. So your right leg is going to be on top, right leg on top, and your left leg will be extended out towards the bottom of your mat. I'll say that one more time for complete clarity. We've got the right leg on top and the left leg extended. And now we're going to cow face the arms behind you with your right hand behind your back, and your left elbow is coming up towards the ceiling. Now you might be able to clasp your fingers, you might have to hold your top, or you might need a strap here. Once you find the shape, just breathe and see if you can surrender to it as best you can. Ask yourself the question, can I welcome and unite with the sensations in my body? So I'm not running away from myself here, I'm running towards myself, I'm running towards those sensations so as to unite with them. Ask yourself the question, can I find the spaces within this shape where I can soften? Can I release any needless tension? Maybe in the hinge of my jaw, maybe around my neck, maybe around my hips. Can I belong to this moment as I observe my body within this shape? And can I allow my body to make its own adjustments here as I surrender to the pose and get right out of the way? Lovely. Just inhale here. Exhale, slowly unravel your arms and spread them wide apart to release the pose. So you look like a great bird. And just take a couple of breaths here. Pushing your fingers apart, spreading your fingers. Opening up your chest. And now we're going to take the arms into eagle pose. So we're going to bring the left arm under the right. And we can raise the elbows a little bit for a more intense stretch. And we can play around with taking the elbows or the forearms forward a little bit towards the front of your mat. Find the right shape that can welcome in your body as it is today. Then be very, very still. Relax the neck and the jaw. Release any needless tensions. And ask yourself the question, can I get so still, really quiet and still, like a great eagle? Can I glide silently upon my breath with no effort? And can I glide and guide my breath through my shoulders, flossing out any areas of tension quietly and gracefully. Beautiful. Let's release this and spread the arms wide apart. Really activating the tips of your fingers, opening your chest. And now unravel your legs, lovely, and lean back into your hands. And we're going to bring the right ankle to just above the left knee for seated pigeon. And walk your hands away from you as much as you are able. Find the right shape that welcomes your body today as it is. And as the shape welcomes your body in, see if you can welcome in the sensations. Unite unite with them. No running away. No fidgeting. Surrender and be still. Inhale here, lovelies. Exhale, gently come on out of that. Now we're going to come back to Gomukhasana, but we're going to swap the legs. So this time your left leg is on the top and your right leg is extending forward. I'll say that one more time. Your left leg is on the top and your right leg is extending forward. Now, lovelies, start to cow face your arms with your left hand coming up and behind your back between your shoulder blades, and your right elbow is coming up towards the ceiling. Maybe you find the clasp, maybe you find your shirt, maybe you find the strap. Now ask yourself the question, can I create no tension here? Or can I create complete relaxation here? Can I surrender to a softness within the pose? Can I surrender to a softness here? Can I develop an inner acceptance of all the sensations within this shape? And can I soften around them? And as you exhale, start to unravel those arms and spread them wide like a great bird, stretching into your fingers. And prepare to come into eagle on the other side. So this time your right arm is under your left arm. Elbows move away from the body to increase the stretch. Asking yourself the question, can I release any needless tension? And silently ride upon my breath as it glides in and around my shoulders. Beautiful. Inhale here, lovelies. As you exhale, unravel your arms, spread them wide to release the pose. And now unravel your legs and come back to seated pigeon with your left ankle this time over your right knee. And we're going to walk the hands behind you as much as is possible for your body today. And perhaps this time you might want to try bringing them together if your body will allow for that. Okay, let's inhale here. Exhale, slowly come out of that. next pose is straddle pose. You can sit up onto a block, onto a blanket if this helps your hips to fall forward a little bit more. Or you can do butterfly. I'm sitting up onto a blanket if that's more comfortable. If that welcomes your body more fully today. So straddle or butterfly with your legs. And we're going to turn the palms up. Bring your hands out in front of you and turn your palms up towards the ceiling. And then slowly flex and hinge at your wrists so your fingers come towards the floor. Then bring the fingertips down to the ground. And slowly, slowly start to tease the heels of your hands towards the mat. They might not come anywhere near to the mat, but we know that's the direction that we're going in. So your fingers will face towards you, and this will create a lot of sensation in your wrists and along the inner forearm. Don't worry if the heels of your hands don't come all the way to the mat. Just come into a comfortable stretch and welcome those sensations into you. Working with the hands here, we hold dear. Everything that we hold dear, we hold with the hands. So your hands and your arms are an extension of your heart. Surrender is to drop deeply into the heart, or to stretch out the arms and the hands to embrace that which is dear to us, or that which is divine. Okay, let's release that. Gently unpeel your hands from the mat and just shake them out for a second. You might want to shake out your shoulders, have a little shake through. And now we're just going to do it again. So let's come back to that position with the fingertips facing us. So we're gently seeing how it feels to take the heels of the hands down towards the floor, not worrying if they don't come all the way down. Dropping deeply into your heart as you stretch out through the arms and hands, or embracing what is dear to you or what is divine. See if you can surrender over any needless tension in your body, in your face, in your jaw, in your shoulders. Beautiful. When you're ready, lovelies, release that and just gently, gently shake out your hands. Or shake out any part of your body that needs to release any tension. And we're going to stay in straddle or butterfly, so you can alternate between the two if you like. So if you're doing butterfly, you can come into straddle now. If you were doing straddle, you might want to come into butterfly now. Or you might want to stay where you are with the legs and just stay here and begin to drop forward. Working with surrender today. Surrender is to drop deeply into the heart and receive our own divinity and light. To surrender is to drop deeply into the heart and to receive our own divinity and light. Your own energetic circuitry gets lit up through your practice of yoga. Inwardly, you are alive with light. So in this pose here, you can surrender to the light that you are and surrender to yourself. Letting yourself be very, very still so you can receive the light of your heart. As we bow forward, we bow to that light. And we can feel it. We can feel that gateway of the heart opening through the front of the body, the obvious chest, but also through the back door of the heart between the shoulders. Know, lovelies, that you are alive with light. When you surrender to the light that you are, you surrender to your own divinity. As you get still, you can receive that divinity and receive your own light. Okay, lovelies, when you're ready, slowly bring yourself out of that. And we're going to lie down on our backs and just bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Your knees are up. And once we all get there, we'll scoot the hips a little to the left by placing the feet on the mat. Just lift the hips and just take them slightly over to your left. Now draw your left leg in towards your body and let your right leg move straight down towards the bottom of your mat. And we're going to allow that left leg to fall across the body to the right side. And now your right hand can come to the left outer thigh to just encourage the leg to drop. And your left arm stretches outward to the left. And your head can be in any comfortable position. Surrender is to drop deeply into the heart so we can receive our own divinity and light. Surrender is to drop deeply into the heart so we are able to receive our own divinity and light within any circumstance, any situation. Okay, lovelies, let's inhale here. And slowly come out of that. And let's hug both of our knees in towards our chest just to release that pose. And then gently circle your knees. So bring your hands to your knees and start to make circles with them. When you're ready, coming back to center, place your feet upon the ground for a moment. Lift your hips and scoot them over to the right. Now draw your right leg in towards your body and gently allow it to fall to the left. So we're in the same pose on the other side. We're going to bring the arms into a nice wide T shape. Or you can have them as you did before, with your left arm, I believe, to your right thigh to encourage the leg to drop, and your right arm would reach out to the right and off into infinity. Working with surrender. Surrender is to drop deeply into your heart and receive your own divinity and light. At this point, your own energetic circuitry is lit up through your practice of yoga. You are alive with light. As you surrender to the light that you are, you surrender to the divinity within yourself. And you can receive directly from that, directly from your own heart. yourself out of that and back to center. Once you find your center line, you can hug your knees in and circle your knees to release that. Beautiful. And our next pose, we're going to come down for Shavasana. So make sure you'll be warm enough for the next 10-15 minutes or so. And when you lie down, take your arms and legs away from your body. Spread yourself out like a beautiful star so that your own energetic circuitry or the light within you can move. And this way you get the fullest healing from your practice through your Shavasana. Letting the light within you circulate. Letting it go wherever it needs to go. In Shavasana, be still. Receive the light of your heart. Surrender is to drop deeply into the heart so that we can receive our own divinity and light. Surrender as you breathe out. Receiving as you breathe in. Yana hamako dijiye Sigra saduga no mugu Dura hamanse kijiye Lijiye hamako saranamem Ham sadachari banahi Brahmachari dhamaraksaka Viravrata dare bane Hey Prabhu Ananda Data Yana hamako dijiye Prema se hamaguru janomake Nicha he seva karae Sacha bole junta tayaga Mela apasa mem kare He Prabhu Ananda Data Yana hamako dijiye Ninda kisike Hama kisi se Bula karabinakare Divya jivana ho hamara Tera yasa gaya kare Hey Prabhu Ananda Data Yana hamako dijiye Deepen your breath now, lovelies. Gently stretching out fingers and toes, gently wiggling fingers and toes, bringing the body back to life. Maybe bringing your feet together, your hands together above your head and taking a full body stretch, if that feels good today. Maybe hugging the knees in towards the chest, gently rolling a little side to side to release the hips, if that feels good today. When you're ready, gently roll to one side. Bringing anything back with you as you come up to seated, anything back that was useful for you today. Also bringing back the beautiful divine light that you are, that you realize when you surrender to your beautiful divine heart. Coming to seated now. Just take a moment in meditation. I'm going to read to you the meaning of that chant that you heard at the start and the beginning of the practice. Very beautiful meaning. It's called Hey Prabhu. Hey Prabhu meaning O Lord, or O my divine heart. O my heart, the giver of bliss, give me knowledge. Oh, my heart, quickly take my bad habits far away from me, very far away. Oh, my heart, let me take refuge in thee. Oh, my heart, help me be virtuous. May I become brahmachari, or protector of righteousness, heroic, and an observer of vows. Oh, my heart, may I always serve my teachers lovingly. May I speak the truth. May I reject untruth. And may I live unitedly. Oh, my heart, may I never hurt or disrespect anyone, even by mistake. Oh, my heart, may my life be always divine, and let me sing your praises. Oh, my heart, O Lord, Hey Prabhu. Let's bring our hands to our heart space now. Hey Prabhu. Namaste.